Hello guys, and thank you for watching. This is an hour-long battle game at Eder Dam, and it's actually my record highest number of kills game that I managed to record last night after I finished work. So the record for me, total amount of kills in one game, was 452. This is the game that surpasses everything. This is a game where I managed to get 475 kills in an hour-long game. It's unbelievable, really. I played a warm-up game before this. There was about half the game left in battle, and I managed to get to around 200 points, and everything about the connection felt smooth. People were dying straight away with the CL0NE. That's always a good indication as to whether the game's running smooth or not. So I decided to stick around and play another game and try to get to 400. I knew that if the game was an hour long, or went to an hour long, and the connection stayed feeling how it did, that I would be close to 400, but never for 1 minute did I imagine that I would manage to get 475 kills. And a couple of things really that's quite amazing about the 475 target, or total, is that one, this game throughout the entire duration was nowhere near full. It was nowhere even near 20, let alone 24 players. I'm gonna guess at around, it's going to be roughly around 16 players average throughout this entire game. And at times, I remember checking the score screen, at times there was a couple of occasions where the score screen didn't have the drop down bar on the right hand side, which indicates there are more than 12 players in the game. So I have no idea really how this game really went that well, to be fair, considering the amount of people. There could have been a lot more on offer to shoot really, but there's a mixture of me playing exceptionally well last night, the connection feeling good, which always definitely helps, and not really having anybody substantial in the game until like halfway through. But there's a couple of my friends that connect, but they're more preoccupied with stopping people from doing the elevator glitch at the back of the two-story, so it doesn't really affect much going on in the game. Anyway, yeah. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this one, but it's also remarkable that I hit so many kills when the first 20 to 25 minutes of this game, I choose the CL98. Now obviously the CL98 is a great weapon, but if I was to pick the M1 up, pound for pound in a battle game, I would probably be able to kill more people per minute than I would with the car. It's just the way it goes in battles. M1's just a remarkable weapon when you're needing to kill as many people as you can, because you know a death's coming just around the corner. That's the thing with battle, isn't it? Thing with battle is you do often get killed in the back, because you're constantly having to move around and check the spawns, rather than team battle. You usually have to flock to the spawns, and you're usually shooting. It's quite confrontational team battle. It's from like a linear perspective, in straight lines. You know that predominantly the enemy's going to be coming from the direction you're running, and you won't often get shot in the back as much, or in the side as much as you do in this game type, where it's a free-for-all scenario. Okay, so what we're going to try and do, or what I'm going to try and explain to you, is what I'm doing in gameplay terms here. So this is quite a good spawn spot to be here. I spawn at the Axis base. It's my preferred place to be, the Axis base. One, you've got a numerous spawn spots, so you can, if you hover around the Sniper's Rock area and the end of the bridge, you can look down to where I am now for people spawning at the pump house. There's people that spawn behind the truck, at the pump house, on the side of the pump house wall, just here where the tree is, before you get to the 50 cal spawn, and then you obviously get the people that spawn in the Axis base where the flag is, the boathouse, the building to the left hand side. I think there's a spawn behind the Axis base actually as well, and you can also check people running when you're on the bridge. You can check people running across the northeast and maybe the broken bridge across the far east as well, so you can keep going from looking over the bridge to the east, looking back into the Axis base, going on to Sniper's Rock, having a look down to where I am now towards the pump house, and you literally just keep doing your little circuits. That's all it is really, battle. You just keep you don't really have to move too much if you're in a decent position, because you can just keep rotating around and just watching people spawn in. Really, it's kind of like, I know it's not really like spawn killing, but it's like spawn viewing, or just spawn detecting. You're waiting for, you know where the spawns are, and you're just waiting for them to spawn in and then run. And usually, if you're really good at battle, people that you're shooting are usually only in the game for sort of 3 to 5 seconds. If you're on a roll, you know, if you're killing loads of people. And this is an area of the map I do not like to be in at a battle scenario. There's not a lot seems to be going on here, and people always tend to camp inside the 2-story, the building that I was next to then. And in a battle circumstance, when you're trying to chase down as many kills as possible, it's no good when they're going inside the building all the time, because you're just wasting time. It's like you're wasting far too much time, and you're not necessarily going to get the kill anyway, because you run into a building and they're probably hid behind a doorway and you don't check it, you get shot in the back. So it's like the risk reward rating really. It's not worth going in there. There's far many people, as you can see, running around in open spaces that you can kill. So I just tend to usually let the people, if I see someone run into a building, I'll just let them go in. The only time I wouldn't on a battle is if, you know, there's only about 8 people in the game. So not usually one for running into buildings too often. Another place, this is quite a decent place to be, not quite as decent as the north side. God, there's some good no-scoping here if you check this lot out. This is the thing with the CL0NE. It's on a battle scenario, the CL0NE it doesn't have, I don't think it is as good as the M1, because you need to, unless the connection's smooth and you're really good at no-scoping with it, because if you're up against a couple of decent players with an M1 and you're in close sort of combat, you need to really be pretty decent with the no-scoping with this CL0NE, otherwise you're just going to get destroyed with a couple of decent people with an M1 Grand. So if there was decent opponents in this game, maybe I would have switched to the M1. And then later on, actually, you see one of my friends connects to the game. I get shot a couple of times by him, and because I know I'm on for a high score, possible 400 pointer, I decided at the time to switch to an M1 just to guarantee. It's almost like a guarantee, for the amount of kills, which the car not necessarily can give you, especially if like I said, the connection's bad. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Come back and we'll talk some more in a second.